I believe this is going to be the most important video you're gonna see today, because the decision you make today, tomorrow, or on every random freaking Thursday, it's going to greatly impact the trajectory of your life. What I mean by that is that you have a choice. You have a choice to pick from. You're gonna be true to yourself, you're gonna work hard, or you're gonna fight the mediocrity, the life full of mediocrity. Each of these paths will have its own challenges, and it's natural, it's normal, because in every part of your life you're gonna deal with different challenges. But growing up, it's the most important, most effective decision you can make, because if you start younger, if you start right now, those habits, those decisions will stack up and the growth is exponential. If you ask me right now, what were some of my best decisions made when I was younger, what things I'm looking, greatly at from my current perspective, almost being 19 right now. I would not tell you that drinking with my friends had any significant impact on my life, or playing video games late into the night every single day had great impact on my life. It would be the deeper relationships I invest in, the decision to start working out when I was 15, or the decision to read, or investing my time into learning a skill that would later on make me a couple thousands. I believe you are clever enough to see some patterns in my life, see what really impacted my life and what I'm looking positively back at, right? Because the choices we make truly are important. And I know it might be challenging, it might be confusing to accept that it's part of the journey. As a man, you have to build yourself up, you have to build your reputation, you have to build everything, your body, your mind, your whole life. You start with nothing and you basically go from there up. I also understand that some of you might not be ready for this decision yet. Some of you might not still be in a position where you are ready to take the step, take the leap. Because some of you might still feel like just want to have fun, you want to enjoy your life for a couple more years, be a kid, right? But understand that if you come crying that you missed so many opportunities, it may not have been because of the decision you did or did not made. I understand that everyone's life path is different. Everyone has a different speed of going through things, accepting things and improving, right? Those of you who feel like this video is, impacting you somehow, or you understand the message, right? I'm not saying don't give up, stick with it, because if you just pick something and start, the compound effect is going to stack up and you're just gonna fly by everyone, because that's how easy it is these days to just get ahead. The journey is confusing, the journey requires a lot of willpower. You're gonna spend hours just alone in the dark, making sure you get the next thing, next win. Just bam, bam, bam. It's addictive. It's the journey of progress that you may have inside you, but you are not still aware of it, that it's inside. And as soon as you find a calling that's inside you, you're gonna see a great benefit, a great change in your life. What I want to talk about next is that it's so freaking easy to get dragged into different things these days. People can physically drag you down from somewhere up much more easily than you can, pull them up, right? And that's like with life, with everything, with your every decision you make. People can drag you down very easily, and it's important to be careful, to be aware of this, that it might happen at some point, or people might try stuff. I went through so many different periods when I just started. I was confused, I didn't really know what I was doing. It was lonely for many months, it was lonely for many years, because what some people find interesting or entertaining, you just don't find it as interesting. And sometimes finding someone with similar mindset, who's like-minded and who thinks about stuff similarly like you do, is not as easy to find someone like that. So, but ultimately it's gonna change your life and you're gonna feel amazing. You are not going to regret anything, because it's just you end up somewhere where you hopefully want to end up. You make choices for yourself, you decide what's good for you, what's not good for you, and you just say yes to opportunities you have. And many doors, many opportunities open for you because you are able to, stand up for yourself, make the decision for yourself, stick with something for long enough to see some results. And this will ultimately motivate you to keep going. So if you were to ask me, how would you start? How would I start? How should you go about it? How should you make the decision? It doesn't have to be perfect. What matters is that you show up, and what matters is that you show up consistently, because the consistency is going to have the impact over your life. Whatever you are trying to pursue, if you are consistent enough and you are improving, there is no way you're not gonna succeed, because it just doesn't, the math doesn't add up. Everything you do is going to somehow return to yourself. So what I would suggest you to do is to look at your options and see what things have the biggest ROI, return on investment. Like, you going to the gym right now, how would that impact your life in 5 years? How would that impact your life in 10, 20 years down the line? And if you think about that, the choices you make can greatly impact the trajectory of your life. As I said, me exercising when I turned 15, starting exercising when I turned 15, had great impact on my life, and I believe it will have a great impact on the rest of my life, because it just taught me more about discipline. It just taught me more about self-improvement, while keeping healthy body, keeping healthy mind. It all adds up. It's all interconnected. It all just makes sense. My suggestion right now would be, how I make decisions right now, is that every tough decision I have to make is, am I going to be satisfied with my choice 5 years down the line, to 10 years down the line? It doesn't have to be perfect, because we are not perfect. We make mistakes, we learn from them, and that's how we go, right? How we grow. But every decision you have to make, just try to entertain the fact that, is this going to change or impact my life? Be mindful of that. It goes both ways. All those bad things can stack up as well. If you start drinking every single Friday, let's just say, it would probably not have many good benefits to your life, right? But if you start exercising every second day, that would probably change your life quite drastically. It would help you build some muscle, change your life. And that's the whole point of this video. Just focus on stuff that's going to return, that's going to have an impact on your life. Investing in reading, in knowledge, is a great thing, right? As much as investing in physical health, body, eating right, moving, not being, static, is also going to impact your life, longevity and everything. So make the choices. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just showing up is what matters. I believe in you, and as always, good luck, and I will see you in the next one.